We are back. Tuesday, June 25th. Welcome to MLB Prop Pick Show powered by The Bat on Covers. Thanks for joining us here every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:30. There's Evan saying it's cardio clock. Like clockwork indeed. Jack, Connor, Evan, Milo. Good morning to you all. Derek, welcome back. How's the board look today, bud?
A little sparse. There's a few things that look good, but it's not one of these days where you look at the board and it's like, oh man, there's so many things I want to bet.
I mean, some of those days aren't bad, right? Like some of the days when you're like, oh, wow, look at these 16 plays that I want to hit. It's really tough to navigate. But as people who are like 3 to 4 bet guys a day, always a little easier to navigate. So let's see what we got going on today. But before we do that, head over to Covers, head over to the games, head over to the prop projections, all powered by The Bat. Sort by game, sort by market, 5-star ratings all the way down, and hit the analysis if you're not sold yet on that and see why things are popping off there in the projections. And you're new to the show, this is the release procedure. This is how we do things. We'll tell you the book we're betting at, hopefully some secondary books, then the game, then the market, the team, the player, and then the bet and the over-under on that. Your job. So let us know what price you're getting it, where it is, and where it's moving, because not everybody has all books. Producer Mick on the buttons today. As always, don't forget to hit that like button if you're in there watching, and subscribe as well. Let's get right to it. Release number 1, Bet365. I'm like, why does my background look good? Let's see how this looks. Oh, middle of the show, turning off the lights. That's production value right there in the background. Yankees, Mets, let's go. Pitcher strikeouts. Keep it going. Still there. All right, release number 1. Yankee starting pitcher Gerrit Cole, under 5.5 strikeouts, plus 120. Cole, under 5.5 strikeouts, plus 120. Let us know where you're seeing it before. This did open at 6.5. That got smashed pretty quick. What is the projection? So 62 pitches, 4 innings in the first game. Are we assuming that it was an innings cap or a pitch count that he was on? And where do you expect that to, I don't know, extrapolate into his second start?
Yeah, I think it was more of a pitch count. It just seems like they're going to take it kind of easy on him. He threw 68 in his last rehab start. So like theoretically he could have thrown 80 or 85 here. And they didn't let him do that. Only completed 4 innings. So, I mean, there's a chance that no matter what pitch count he's at 5 innings, he's just done today. That's well within the realm of possibility. There's also kind of, I mean, there's going to be a pitch cap regardless. So I think, again, the most we're going to see is that 80 or 85. And I think there's a chance it's less than that. I saw an article, I think it was the New York Post. It was hard to tell if it was like a quote from the manager or just them kind of speculating, but they said like 75 pitches today, which, I mean, 5.5 Ks at 75 pitches at plus money is, you know, it's Gerrit Cole, sure. But it's a pretty low strikeout Mets offense, at least average. And that's just a big number to get to. So we had it at plus 140 before. Obviously, like you said, the 6.5 got crushed. But even at this number, I still think this is good. The Bat's projecting right around 5. So anything at plus money here looks good to me.
The aggregates are nice too, as LD Yanks points out. Fresh New York Yankees bullpen. That's always a check. Yeah. It's starting to get warm. And I think we got double-digit winds blowing out at Citi Field today. So there's a lot of extra check marks that kind of go along with that. But at the end of the day, the market is absolutely tumbling on this. 5.5, going to be sweaty, obviously. He's going to get his strikeouts, right? But 4 or 5 would be very nice in that spot for sure. He's not going to finish with 1 strikeout.
Yeah, no, he's going to get a few. It's really, we're just hoping for him to stay within a reasonable number and then kind of get pulled when you expect him to. The other good thing about this is that you look at his stuff plus in his first start, it was like way down from where he's been the last few years. Now he's, you know, we should expect that to climb every start he makes probably, but there's still a chance that he's not Gerrit Cole yet.
Yep. Fantastic. Moving on. Let's go. release number 2, Betway for 5 points. If you want to go 5 points shorter, ESPN has this play too. Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati. If you're on Derek's projections yesterday, I did lose the Cincinnati starting pitcher case, but I mean,
was on that one.
But it was the last batter too.
Last batter, yep.
Yeah, and it was. But I think the projection on the game in total and the environment in which this game is going to be held in certainly helps as well. Let's go. Oh, is he circling things? Are we getting a different price? What? Oh, yeah, it's totally moved.
Oh, it moved down a full K.
Yeah, it did that thing where it's the last one and then it jumps to the front of the line and then it's like the worst number.
Yeah, no, we're not going to take that.
What's Trav? Where are you, Travis Best? You're saying rain here. I'm assuming that's what, Cincinnati game? I think there was just projection for the rain in. Ooh.
Yeah, I think this number's gone. Even the 6.5s now are juiced pretty heavy. Yeah, I think there's only 2 books that might even have them. So we're gonna scratch this one.
That's Cincy. So rain in Cincinnati. So thank you, David. Roth Orange. I thought when I checked this morning, Roth he hadn't posted it. I didn't see that game as an orange at all. I didn't see.
No, this morning when I looked, it must not have been posted because there was nothing.
No, this morning you always got to take a look to see what date, right?
Yeah, I think I messed that up.
No, I didn't see it either. Good for under, so, but yeah, that's what I mean. So we're usually not in the mode of having to worry about that because we're 95% unders, which usually helps.
It does push your threshold up for taking a bet when it's like that.
Yeah.
So like I'm tempted still by Keller, but I don't think I'm doing it.
Okay, but the play was going to be, we had -125 on Mitch Keller, under 6.5 strikeouts. We saw what Falter did yesterday. I think Falter went 4 innings and 2 Ks in the heat and at Great American Ballpark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keller 6.5 -145. And yeah, they'll be gone too, especially if that rain.
Yeah, it's 90 degrees. There's rain risk.
It's Great American Ballpark.
Great American Ballpark. Yeah, like it's the under's clearly the move here, but the market has kind of adjusted to more or less where it should be, I think.
There's Tyler Jackson getting it there. Derek's numbers on the Covers website, -120 there.
If you got it there, I love it.
It's funny. So our star ratings are different than our ratio is different than your ratings at EV Analytics, just a ratio in which. So if you see a 5-star rating on the cover site, that's extreme value on that sense. They don't usually pop up, especially in the afternoon. You won't see many. So getting that in is a good move. So sadly, that's gone. Let's see if we get this last one. Release number 2, hopefully. Bet365. Secondary books. Let me know some secondary books there. This one's kind of moved a bit. This was certainly the best price on the market. Toronto, Boston. Pitcher walks allowed. Let's get this in. 125. Still good?
Oh jeez, that moved. Even in this market, it's moving.
Usually that's why we put it at the last, right?
It's like this one doesn't move. I think MGM has a 130, but we can take the 125. It's fine.
All right, we'll take the 125 there. So we're going to go Kevin Gausman under 1.5 walks plus 125 here. Let's see. So MGM and SIA will have the 30, but Gausman under 1.5 walks plus 125. 4-1 to the under in his last 5. His last start was versus Boston, where he gave up 3. I don't understand the pricing on this. If you kind of go look at this market every day, you usually don't see these good pitchers like I don't want to say good, but like Max Fried. And when we hit them at plus 140, you don't usually see a lot of the plus 140 on the board. So when you do, it's certainly a bet. I mean, you have them projected under 1.5. So this win probability is pretty high, I would assume, on that low number.
Yeah, this is 60% or more. I think the bet's projecting 1.4. So, it's still good at plus 125. The plus 135 would have been a lot better. That move, the plus 130 would be good too. But plus 125 is still going to be good for this. Gausman definitely hasn't been himself this year. Like his stuff is way down. His strikeouts are way down. But his control all of his control metrics are exactly in line with what they've always been. So there's really no concern in that regard. He's got good control. He's facing a low walk team here. We're getting it at good plus money. This looks really good to me.
Awesome. As Milo says, love the pitcher walk markets. It's nutty soft, correct. And that's why we put it to the end, because it usually doesn't move. So it's starting not to get soft. And a hat tip to your projection yesterday on, what's his name? Povich. Yeah, right. Like nobody wanted to hit that, right? I'm like, hey, bet this. This projection's awesome. They're like, have you seen his last games?
Yeah, I know. I bet that one, because his walk rate was like 8/9 or something over his 4 major league starts. But like his location plus was fine in the minors. He was never walking anybody. So I'm like, all right, it's probably just 4 starts that, he's faced some high walk teams and it just happened. And so that was a nice one to hit yesterday.
No, absolutely there. So the 2 plays today, let's go. First one was Gerrit Cole under 5.5 Ks plus 120. That one's going to be sweaty. And then later, Kevin Gausman in Fenway under 1.5 walks plus 125. I believe there's some plus 130. So hopefully you guys got those. That's it. 2 plays today. Keep an eye on Covers' X. See if we got any social plays, maybe some things opening, maybe some weather issues later, but keep an eye on it. Like, subscribe. Appreciate all the comments as always. I'm Josh Ingles. He's Derek Carty. This is MLB Prop Picks powered by the Bat on Covers. We'll see you back here same time tomorrow, 9:30 a.m.